So let's get a little, oh yeah, that's 100% Sex Panther. 60% of the time it works every time. He's a good one.
Yeah, he's big. What's up, guys? Out here in Atlanta. Don't know what the day is. I'll throw it up somewhere on the screen. But it's coyote season, breeding season. So we've got the lineup for the day, and we're gonna see if we can catch a couple coyotes at this spot. Historically, this has been an overpopulated area, so hopefully we can get a few in the trap. Gonna run over to, if we got time, to a few other spots today, so hopefully we can bring you a video here soon with a coyote. We get down in these woods and set this trap. Beautiful piece of property though. I love this spot.
It's really easy to make them in on banks and stuff. I don't want it to get flooded because it's supposed to rain, so we don't want to rain out the traps.
Yeah, we got the creek right here.
Yeah,
which it's all frozen, but
yeah. So you kind of want to find a spot where you want him to step. You don't want him to be able to make the decision. You want him to go exactly where you want to. I'm thinking right here up at this tree. Put a hole right in. Let's put a hole right here. Put the trap right on this area. So, all right, let's do it. This is the natural point right here. We're gonna put a hole in, make it look like a mouse or something down in the hole, and you know, you're wanting that to kind of guide that coyote. You want it, there's a natural trail running left and right here. One thing you don't want is the coyote to be able to get behind your bait and reach around and grab it. Well, right here we got trees and stuff, so he's not going to be able to do that. And we're going to fix this little opening right here to make it where they have to come up front. So first, got to make a bed for the trap. So let's back it off just a hair bit. We got this, and we're going to put it about that far. So good for coyotes. It's a little bit shorter for bobcats and foxes, but for coyotes, it's good to take your thumb and your pinky finger from about where your middle of your hole is, right here. That's about their step pattern, so they can step and look in. Go ahead and get this bad boy into the ground. Pull that bad boy back out. Now, this is something you got to do. It's called setting your trap, anchoring it. Pull back. That little pull right there takes that anchor, flattens it out like this. You can get you a tiger on that bad boy, he ain't gonna come out. So we'll pull this out right here. And one thing that happens to these traps is you can actually see some dry mud down there on the bottom. But what happens, they'll freeze, mud will get packed in here. Well, then your trap's not gonna set like it's supposed to. So they call these, you can have pan covers which go over the top, which are fine. I like to use this little insulation. You can get it from Walmart, it's super cheap, comes in I think a 20 or 30 foot roll. And then you cut it in squares, fit it up under right here, and that doesn't mess with that pad at all. It's gonna set no matter what you do. All right, this right here, what sets it. Push it down, let this go up. Okay, now I don't have it set all the way. I don't what they call night latch. So right now it's just on kind of like a safety thing where it's not set to go off when anything just touches it. So we're gonna bed our trap. Don't be afraid. get that joker locked in there. You don't want that thing to move. Obviously you don't want to pack in around here, okay? So what you want to do, flip that up in case you accidentally set it off. Putting these traps in, you're going to set it off. But one good thing is they don't break your hand when it goes off. In another video, I'll show you where it smacks my hand and it doesn't break any fingers. But make sure it's set. We're in there. This is called bedding your trap. You want it in there really good. So when they step on it, one side, this pressure right here, one side doesn't flip up. Of course, I would leave my phone on and you, of course, I got two phones. I'm just that cool.
Kevin Gates.
Yeah, really. So it's bedded, it's not going anywhere. It helps this ground is a little frozen, so kind of makes it easy. So now we're gonna make our hole. Usually I got a drill with a nice little bit on the end of it, but I forgot to bring it today, so we can use our same stick, make it fairly deep, and then you're going to waller out that hole. Now we got that. We're going to blend our trap in because everything's frozen. I'll take a little sand and I get the important parts. So that part right there, so the bottom of my trap doesn't get frozen. So I put that sand in there. Now I can cover it with these leaves and wet dirt. Just use what's around you, because you want to blend this trap in. So this is kind of the artiste part of it. So get you some mud and some leaves and stuff. We'll bury this here in just a minute. Let's get that stuck over there. And this is where this comes in. Really do it. Old trick. Kinda, you want this be that pan right there so we can see that pan. We want to make sure that that's not covered up too much. So now we can take a bunch of leaves and you can't see any of that trap. Cover up where we got everything so it looks natural. So what we're going to do is build this up just a little bit right here. And then we're going to take, I got my stuff in there. Okay, so now it makes it to where he's going to want to come around this and come straight on to this site right here. So we want to make sure we're good to go here. We're here. Now we're going to be talking about baiting. Courtesy of Phillips Outdoor. It's called Canine Carnage. All right. But this is the meat. All right. It's got a nice little smell to it. And so what we do, get you a good dollop. This right here. Now you want to just drop this down in the hole. All right. Use this kind of shove it down in there. There we go. Another thing you can use to help keep that scent in, because you know sometimes you don't get them the first day or even the weekend that they come through. So I have the luxury of having sheep at my house. So I take sheep wool and I pack that in, and it's also a visual thing. So coyotes will see that, bobcat, fox, whatever. They'll see this down in this hole right here. So it looks like a little mouse or something trying to make a burrow. So after that, we'll kind of cover it up just a little bit. So we're going to try out this death card right here. We're going to try that bad boy out. I don't know if y'all ever seen Anchorman. Looks like sex pants that they put on. And it's the same thing, same process. All right. Put that down in that hole too. I'm gonna get that down in there. And I'm very big into using different lures at every site, because you know, one might hit on it this time and one might hit on next time. Let's take these off. Now this stuff, I will guarantee you don't want to get on you. So you can see that real good. So let's get a little, oh yeah, that's 100% Sex Panther. 60% of the time it works every time. And then we're taking that and we're putting that right down in there. Okay. Now we're dressing it up. It looks like something is trying to go in there. So that looks like a nice little home for somebody. So now this is where we put in our nice little coyote. It's gonna be your coyote pee and everything. And that's just gonna put the coyotes at ease. So I just take it, put it on here, right around there. There we go. This is something to do in the off season to get done deer hunting. This is also turkey management, because coyotes, raccoons, possums, they're all little nest raiders, and they will kill and mess up your turkey herd, your deer herd. So, and coyotes, when they're in Atlanta like they are here, they get way too familiar with people. It kind of connects you to your roots. You know, when we first come over to the world, is that, you know, we had to learn all this stuff from the Indians, and this is what we had. They taught us how to do it. This kind of connects you back to your heritage, and you're beating the animal not only by trapping them, but you're beating their nose, you're beating their eyes from the visual part of it, and you're beating their extra sense. They're like, oh, okay, something's going on. So, and don't get me wrong, coyotes have their place in the world. In Atlanta, there's just so many of them that, and it needs to be taken care of, and not to kind of be a dead horse in the ground. Another way to get other permission to go to properties and stuff is tell them, hey, look, I trap coyotes, and I'll be willing to trap coyotes. And when you start catching those coyotes, foxes, raccoons, or what have you, that landowner is going to be like, oh, okay, awesome, this is great. This guy's really trying to look out for our property. And then you can turn right around and say, hey, look, you know, do you mind if I bow hunt here, since I caught these coyotes and stuff like that? It's a way to, one, get the familiarization of the land, two, to get familiar with the property owner, and three, so that property owner starts trusting you. That's all it is getting these people to trust you, to know that you're going to take better care of the property than they are. And that's what hunters do. We're conservationists. We add to the population, not only take away. So guys, this is Hard Knocks Bow Hunting here, Joe Wells. Like and subscribe, smash that bell button just to keep looking at us, guys. We got a lot of stuff coming down the pipe, and we're definitely going to keep you up to date with this, guys.
All right, what's up guys? It's January 29th. Got us a big coyote last night. He's on the trap. First time we set the trap, as you could tell, Joe forgot to take the safety off, which you'll notice when we go through the instructions, like you didn't even notice we didn't even take the safety off. So he went back out there yesterday, and then within 12 hours of rebaiting and retrapping and resetting the trap, 3 big coyotes came in, and we got one of the, I mean, they're all big. I don't know if this is the biggest one or not, but it's a big coyote. And I just wanted to reiterate the reason why we do this is for, you know, we try our best to contribute our efforts to the population control of coyotes. They kill a lot of fawns in our area, and they're very overpopulated where we hunt, and a lot of spots that we hunt. And most of the stuff we do is in the suburbs. Not everything, but even outside of the suburbs, they're extremely overpopulated in all of our spots. And so we're just doing our part to lower the population for the betterment of conservation of wildlife. That's the ultimate goal here. Joe does take the coyotes home, and he tans the hide, and I don't know what else he does with it. I have to let him tell you, but the overall end goal here is to reduce the population in overpopulated areas. Coyotes have their reason, they have their purpose, they need to exist in these areas, but they just, same as deer, you don't want them to get overpopulated. It's all about balance, and that's what we're trying to help here. And they kill a lot of the fawns, man. I think in this area they kill 20 to 30% of the fawns. Some areas in the southeast they kill up to 80% of fawns. So we're trying to protect the babies. Anyways, I'm here waiting on Joe, about to get on this thing, get him taken care of here in a second. You'll get to see him.
So the next door neighbor came out yesterday while I was out here, and he was like, "Hey man, what you doing?" I said, "Man, I'm out here gonna catch some of these coyotes." And he was like, "For real?" I said, "Yeah, man." I said, "You got one of those little frou-frou little bouncy dolls." I said, "They'll snatch it right up." And he goes, "Man, I hope you get all of them. Kill them all, man." That's the main one. He's really close to that secondary one. See where he's been biting on this tree over here.
You need me to move?
Trying to get him in Did you get that?
Yes.
Big thing we've been talking about here is being able to put it all together, and it starts with the basics. It's with the traps, being able to know kind of where to set at. Usually it's because you call them on your hunting camera, or you've seen their scat around, or you've just seen them in the area. Secondly, it's having good sense, long call lures, meat and stuff, and we get ours from Phillips Outdoors. He's been just tremendous with us, and for his sense to, you know, I've worked with a bunch of different ones, and I'm not going to throw their name out there. I don't believe in casting shade on anybody. As an ethical hunter, you don't do that. Just because somebody's doesn't work doesn't mean that it won't work for somebody else. But I'll say the proof is in the pudding, and you can't deny results. Men lie, women lie, everything else lies, but results never lie. So the result in this one is yesterday lunchtime. You'll see it on the video. I was in here resetting and everything, and put a brand new fresh lure out, some beaver meat in there, and within 10-12 hours here we are with this big boy. So guys, you get what you pay for, and in this case Phillips Outdoors come through in spades. So it's a male, so for obvious reasons I don't point it out to you, but I mean, he's a good one. That's a good yoke.
Take it back again.
He's a good one.
Yeah, he's big. And just to top that off, to end that, We're gonna get them out of here. This is probably the end of the video. We're gonna reset these traps and hopefully we'll have another one in a couple days. Maybe we'll see you then.